Hey, it's Matty P. These two boxes could transform your D&D game. Well, this one's a box, and this one's a box and a Dungeon Master screen kind of wrapped up into one tight little package. This is all made by Dragon Shield, the player companion and the GM companion. Now, although this is a sponsored review, gotta let you know, these are my for realsies, feelsies. No bars held, okay? This is my true opinion. It's not just saying nice things because they gave me these boxes. I'm the kind of person that appreciates function over form, so that's what I want to look at here. In each of these, I want to compare their ability to be a transport solution, taking your items from your house to your game, and I want to compare their ability as a gameplay aid, like how do they influence the way you actually play the game. Let's start by looking at how the player's companion works as a transport solution. So this thing is mighty thin, you know, it is small enough to fit inside my satchel. I've got a little side satchel from a military surplus store, and I really appreciate just being able to chuck it in there. It has space inside for your dice, has space for your pencils, a special compartment for your miniature, which is kind of padded to protect it. You can fit in the dice tray area one RPG book, probably your player's handbook, I imagine. And then on top of that, you could fit a thin notepad or maybe even your iPad. And then up behind this clear section, this protective sleeve, you can slide your character sheet. So all of these compartments are very sturdy. And if you shake this around, all your items are going to be safe inside. As a transport solution, I am 100% satisfied with the player companion. It is very handy. It can fit literally every single thing I would expect a player to bring to the table. The Game Master companion as a transport solution is much more complex though, because it's got the big box, right? But it's all wrapped up in this Dungeon Master's screen. So let's take a look at the box first. So it is deep enough to fit 3 or so RPG books, maybe 4 depending on the thickness. It comes with a whole bunch of these foam inserts. You got enough of these to fill the entire box, and these are meant to protect your miniatures, your dice, your pencils from getting knocked around. They come in a few different shapes. So this one's got some long bits and some short bits. This one has space for the special cards that come with this. And we'll get to the cards in a little bit because they're very, very interesting. But when you're looking at the GM companion as a transport solution, there are 2 considerations that you've got to consider. To be totally effective and safe for your miniatures, I think this box needs to be chock-a-block full. You can't have any empty space in there so you don't want it to rattle around. So that means you've really got to be careful when you pack it and make sure that it's all tight and neat and good. The second consideration is that this box probably won't be able to fit every single thing that you currently have in your Dungeon Master's kit. I see this as a way to kind of complement the traveling DM rather than completely replace their kit. And speaking to that last point, I think it's good that this box forces limitations on the Dungeon Master for what they can fit in, because you should be making editorial decisions about what you bring with you. I mean, if you're one of those DMs that brings like 6 books and 100 miniatures that you probably don't use to the game, mate, don't do that. Edit. I mean, creativity happens in a box, and this is a box. Back to the player companion, how does it hold up as a gameplay solution? The player companion can fold in half, so you can rearrange it to kind of fit your gameplay space. The 3 most useful parts in this little area are the dice tray, which sounds great when you roll on it. There's a little spot to prop up your iPad, which I appreciate. And then there's this protective sleeve on this far side where you can put your character sheet and you can write on it with a dry erase marker to keep your character sheet clean. So like track your health, track your spell slots, track your death saves, whatever. My only issue with the player companion is that I think its viability depends on your gaming space, because even though you can fold it in half or you can spread it out and take up space that way, look, it really depends on the table. Because if you're playing in a situation where you're all sitting on couches and there's only a coffee table, like people don't actually have a table space to play on, then you could put this on your lap, fold it in half, and that is perfect. I love that. Or if you have a really massive table, then you could put this in front of you, you could spread it out, you could fold it in half, and that's great. But if you have like a medium to small table, like a dining room table, then this might take up a little bit too much space to be viable if everyone was using them. But really what I'm saying is, before you buy this one, take a look at your table. The GM companion though absolutely slaps as a gameplay aid, and it's because the Dungeon Master screen is so versatile. That's what we're looking at now, the DM screen. The GM companion is the actual cover on the box. It wraps around and is held together by magnets, and nobody knows how magnets work. What are you going to do? So there are 5 sides on this screen. 2 of the smallest sides, they have space for your phone or maybe putting some pens. And the 3 longer sides have space for inserts. So you can put your own custom notes just into these little plastic sleeves. This is currently my main Dungeon Master's screen. And I have to admit, I don't use the inserts at all. That's mainly because like when I DM, I tend to stand up and my eyesight's quite bad. So from that distance and that angle, I couldn't read anything there anyway. But the thing I really appreciate about this is this kind of slot along the entire top of it where you can insert the cards. And the cards I'm talking about are these dry erase cards. My goodness, check this out. This handful of cards that comes with the player's companion are all white. They're all dry erase friendly. They're all about 2 millimeters thick, but they're still kind of sturdy. You're probably thinking, oh great, so you can just use that to track initiative. You can write the players' names on one side, and then you can write their armor class and their, I don't know, their passive perception on the back for yourself. But you can do way more than that. This is vertical play space for getting creative. What if you use this space to track the successes and failures of a skill challenge? Or what if you use this to display who passes and who fails this big dramatic saving throw? Or what if you use it to track where the characters are location-wise in town? What if you use this slot, like these cards, to track time? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. There's a lot of opportunity here. It is a transformative thing to unlock this vertical play space and to display that stuff to the players. But overall, across the whole thing, here's the final verdict. I reckon that this would be a good gift for any Dungeon Master, and this would be a good gift for most players depending on their play space. If you have any questions about these things, please let me know in the comments, or go to dragonshield.com/roleplaying for more information. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks so much to Dragon Shield for sponsoring this video and the 3 previous ones. And especially thank you to Jonas for reaching out about this opportunity. All these people down here, these are my patrons. How you going, patrons? How you been? Good to see you. Oh man, you look great today. I just want to let everyone know, I've been streaming on Twitch recently every day. You can find me almost any day on Twitch at the same time, 7 a.m. my time. It's at Hey, it's Matty P. Check me out. All right, goodbye. Check these out as well. What am I doing?